What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Marks. So this is match preview for the game against Everton tomorrow night at St James's Park in the 7:30 slot on TNT Sport. And Newcastle, of course, are coming fresh off the back of winning 4-3. Coming from behind 3-1 down to win 4-3 against West Ham at St James's Park in the match just gone. Everton are coming into this one on the back of a 2-1 defeat to Bournemouth, which stretched their winless run from mid-December of 2023 to 12 games. So they haven't won a game in the Premier League since mid-December of last year. It is now stretched to 12-game winless run for Sean Dyche and his men. This is going to be an interesting one. However, we do have a little bit of bad news going into this one in the fact that we have heard Jamal Lascelles has picked up an ACL injury after that game against West Ham, of course, where we're seeing him go off. He tried to continue on, and it turns out it is an ACL injury. And it just seems to be non-stop. You know, it just constantly keeps going on this season with the injuries with Newcastle United. And it very much echoes what we're seeing with Sven Botman's statement put out by the club, where Botman will be out for 6 to 9 months. It is now being said that Jamal Lascelles will be out for 6 to 9 months. So it's not great. Of course, we've already went through this in the past when Emil Kraft, of course, back in August of 2022, ended up going out injured when he picked up an ACL injury in the game against Tranmere Rovers. You know, it took him 1 year, 2 months and 15 days to come back, you know, and get back to full fitness back in November of 2023. So there is a little bit of hope there, you know, for Sven Botman and Jamal Lascelles. You know that there is a way back from these injuries, but these injuries are, you know, career-ending injuries. They can really destroy a person's career, and at the age that Jamal Lascelles is, you know, it's not great picking up an injury like this. You know, it's not great at any time, but you know, the age that Jamal Lascelles is at, you know, he's coming towards the end of his career. You know, it's not the best thing to be picking up at this point in your career, to be honest. But hopefully, you know, we wish him a speedy recovery back into the Newcastle United lineup. And hopefully, you know, the same for Sven Botman as well. Sven Botman's currently recovering from surgery. Jamal Lascelles, as of recording this video on the Monday before we're going to the game against Everton tomorrow night, you know, I haven't heard anything about him going and getting surgery yet, so I'm sure that will be coming in the next few weeks, what have you. And then, of course, he will be on the recovery timeline back to the first team. But moving away from that, of course, this is going to be an interesting game. Newcastle will be looking to extend our strong home form against Everton, where out of the last 5 games against Everton at St James's Park, we have won 4, lost 1. The most recent win, of course, being last season when Almiron scored the goal, of course, where referee of this game, Tony Harrington, was in the middle for that game as well. It will be the first game that Tony Harrington has reffed of Newcastle this season. Of course, Tony Harrington from the Cleveland area, so he is a Mackem. Of course, we do know that much. So that's going to be an interesting one to see how he officiates this game. Hopefully, you know, he does play it down the middle. He isn't so one-sided. On the VAR, however, it will be Michael Salisbury as well. But, you know, there is an interesting fact. Newcastle could win 4 successive home games for the first time against Everton since the turn of the century as well. That'll be a very interesting one to see what we do in this game tomorrow night. But the Toffees, like I say, haven't won a Premier League match since mid-December of 2023 and will be looking to break that losing streak. However, we will be without some key players, like I've already said. You know, the likes of Jamal Lascelles won't be available. Sven Botman won't be available. To add to that list, You've got Nicky Pope, who has been out for quite a while now. Callum Wilson also out for quite a while. Joe Linton also out for quite a while now. And, of course, Lewis Miley, who recently picked up a back injury. There's also doubts over Almiron and Tino Livramento heading into this game, as, of course, both of them ended up going off in the game against West Ham as well. And, of course, Kieran Trippier and Matt Targett as well are, still on touch and go for availability for getting back into the first team. On the Everton side of things for the team news, however, they're going to be without players as well. They're going to be without Lewis Dobbin. They're going to be without Dan Joma. They're going to be without Dele Alli as well, who was out injured. And Myalenko is a potential returnee, but he is got an illness. So he might not be able to return for the Toffees into that game. And like I've said, they are on a winless run of 12 Premier League games and coming off the back of that 2-1 defeat at Bournemouth. I'm sure Sean Dyche and his men will be trying to rectify that in this game. So it'll be up to us to stop them from doing so and hopefully pick up another 3 points on the board as well. We're pushed within 1 point behind West Ham after winning that game against West Ham, of course, just gone. So if we win this game, we will leapfrog West Ham and move above them in the league and push up our chances of getting European football for this season. And if we can get European football, be it the Conference League, be it the Europa League, be it Champions League, whichever European football it is, if we can get it after the season we've had to endure, it's been highs and lows. It's been the most Newcastle United season ever. 1 minute we're beating PSG in the Champions League for fun at St James's Park. Then the next minute, we've got players after players after players going on the injury table. So, it's been the most Newcastle season ever. We're edging in now to the run-in of the season. Only 9 games left. 8 games after, of course, this one. And we've got every chance of getting that European football. So my thoughts going into this game is just go out there, put in the effort, put in the minutes on the pitch. Let's do this in style. Let's get this running, of course, put off in the right way. Let's end this season on a high and let's get ourselves some more European football for next season to help with the coffers on the FFP side of things. Till next time, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And as for my score prediction for this game, I will be going Newcastle United 2-0 against Everton. Till next time, I'll see you all for the match reaction. Away the lads.